So, what's coming up in court today? Today
Yes.
we have some very interesting cases coming up.
Yes.
The anti-LGBTQ plus cases.
Yes.
Are they coming up today?
Yeah, they are coming up today. So, all too soon, the Supreme Court is earmarked these cases for hearing. Dr. Amanda Odoy, you know, he's the one that filed the case very first. Then Richard Sky, the last guy, also added the second one. Today, it looks like all the matters, all the cases have been filed by all the parties involved. The plaintiffs on the or the applicant on one side, the respondent, the Speaker of Parliament, the Attorney General, and two respective cases have all filed their processes. So today, the Supreme Court is sitting on the matter to hear the case. So for those who have been asking what is it about the LGBT cases plus cases at the Supreme Court only, today is the day that the Supreme Court will sit on the matter and we'll hear submissions from the applicants, submissions from the respondent, the Attorney General, the Speaker, and all of that, and we'll know the direction or the directive given by the Apex Court. But what is clear is that today, the anti-LGBTQ cases at the Supreme Court, the one filed by Richard Delasky and the one also filed by Dr. Amanda Odoy, a researcher with the University of Cape Coast, will be heard at the Supreme Court today. And it's live TV coverage is approved for this one.
All right.
So everyone should stay tuned. We'll cover it live. We'll bring it to whatever argument, whatever thing is said in relation to this case, we'll bring it to everybody who is sitting glued to the television. So that's the big one happening today at the Supreme Court.
All right. So, what about the ambulance case? You know, the cases involving
Richard
Jakpa
and his
you know, all of that. I mean, one would have thought that, you know, that case, you know, would be
it's
because
dead
the
and
Court
gone,
of
right?
Appeal acquitted and discharged.
Absolutely.
The Court of Appeal acquitted and discharged Kisi Olatoforson and
Absolutely.
Richard Jakpa.
So
what are they doing at the Supreme Court?
I'm sure that you are surprised seeing this case here today. If you check the Supreme Court notice board, it's been listed for hearing, and an aspect of this case has been listed. In fact, the case was filed as far back as in June, when Mr. Jakpa and his lawyer thought that a ruling by Justice Efiasewa Sarebojo, who was sitting at the case at that time, didn't go well. So they've gone to the Supreme Court with a certiorari application seeking to quash that particular ruling. It had been fixed for hearing. The month after the Court of Appeal has acquitted and discharged them. But effectively, what it will mean is that this case, it will be of no relevance.
It will be of no...
It's of no relevance.
Yeah.
So definitely the lawyers will have to go to the Supreme Court and withdraw. We'll know what will happen in relation to that. It was a reason
But
that
the Attorney General disagreed with the Court of Appeal, right?
it's been
He said
filed.
he
In
was
fact,
going to
he's
that
filed an appeal.
at
It's
the Supreme
appealing
Court.
against the Court of Appeal decision at the Supreme Court. So that one, we'll know as and when it is listed for hearing, we'll let you know. But there's an aspect that Richard Jakpa has filed at the Supreme Court. So we expect him to be at the Supreme Court. As to whether he will come is also another thing that we will look forward to. But what is clear is that, and from what I do know about situations like that, the chances are that it could be withdrawn. So these are some of the things that we should expect from the Supreme Court today. But the big one is the anti-gay bills. Richard Delasky
And Amanda Odoy
are at the Supreme Court today.
All right, very well. Thank you very much, Murtala Inusah, for telling us what's coming up in court today.